Welcome, guys. We are going to make this happen. This call is going to happen. And we are really excited about what we've put together for the last 90 days of this year, because we know if you start taking intentional actions in your business and in your personal life, your business is going to thrive. When you take care of yourself, when you take care of those key things that you need to do, and you're doing the actual activities that will move your business forward, your business will change. And so foundational to what we want you to focus on in these last 90 days is being able to plan your day, starting your day with gratitude, and doing 5 things that are going to help you to thrive. So Natalie is going to talk a little bit about how to implement the sheet that I'm going to have somebody else pull up for us, since Natalie's on her phone and I'm on my phone now. So go ahead, Nat.
Hi, guys. Thank you so much for jumping on at such a short notice. Brooke and I were just going to record this and send it out, but we thought, you know, why not have people jump on, because there's energy and excitement when you're talking about it live for the first time. I know that my team and I have been talking about this. I've been talking to Brooke a lot about this, and a lot of it was kind of spearheaded, you know, this weekend, as she said, when we did the push retreat in Scottsdale. Along with the fact that if you follow along with Rachel Hollis, and this isn't all a Rachel Hollis thing, but she's been really focusing on the last 90 days, really finishing your year with a bang. Instead of, I think historically in the past, a lot of people are like, well, whatever it is, I'll just start at the new year. The new year's around the corner, the holidays always get busy. So we wanted to kind of merge the two together. So I'm going to talk about the 5 to Thrive. And for any of you that were in Healthy Business Habits, know I put a sheet together that kind of incorporated some time blocking that I talked about in there, as well as some gratitude practice, some dream and vision casting and goal setting, as well as some self-care. So what we've kind of done is just expanded on that a little bit and included the 5 to Thrive in there as well. Which is awesome, because I feel like, you know, usually the first maybe 3 or 4 days of something that you're really pushing for goes really, really well. Like that's the easiest, right? You are gung-ho, you know, and so you're moving along and you're like, this is great. And then your kid gets sick, or you have a huge project due at work, or you get sick, or something big in your life happens, and then everything goes out the window. So really, this is designed to keep you on track no matter what, because really the 5 to Thrive isn't for when you're thriving. It's for when you're not thriving, right? Because when you implement those habits, as in our Plexus habits, as in our daily habits, as in our self-care habits, when things go out the window, that's when you need them the most. That's when you need to have that, you know, habit already instilled in you that's going to give you that energy and that drive and that focus to keep pushing all the way till, you know, the last 90 days, right? So really briefly, I'm just going to touch on the 5 of them. First is drink half your body weight in water in ounces every day. We know that. We talk about it in Plexus. It's not just a Plexus thing. It's an all over thing. And it's super important, right? So if you weigh 150 pounds, you're going to want to drink 75 ounces, pretty straightforward. The second one is move your body every single day. So 20 to 30 minutes, we want you to be out being active. Now, does that mean you have to go for a run if you don't like running? No. It means jumping on the trampoline. It means dancing. It means jumping jacks. It means yoga. It means anything that drives you. I love to hike. I love to run. I love to walk my dogs. I love to be outside with my kids, kicking the soccer ball around. I'm sorry, I'm in a hotel room. Surprise, surprise. So the air is on and it's a little bit wanky right now. But anyway, so move your body 20 to 30 minutes every single day. Super important. We've talked about this. It creates a much more beautiful state for you. It puts you in a better mood, all of these types of things. The other thing is, the third thing is wake up an hour early. So if you're one that needs 8 hours of sleep and you normally get up at 6, then you need to go to bed at 9, right? So it doesn't mean depriving yourself of an hour of sleep. It means going to bed earlier. Can you guys hear me?
Can now.
Uh-oh, where did it cut off?
Number
Where did it
3.
cut off?
Wake up an hour early.
Okay, wake up an hour early. So I'll just kind of start a little bit over. So essentially, if you're one that needs 8 hours of sleep and you get up at 6, then you need to get up at 5 and go to bed at 9. The idea is not to deprive yourself an hour of sleep. The idea is to get the sleep that you need, but wake up so that you can have an hour for yourself. Now, a lot of the question I get is, you know, what should I do in that hour? You can do 30 minutes of IPA. You can do 30 minutes of meditation. You can do 30 minutes of some of the other things we're going to talk about. You can do 30 minutes of exercise and 30 minutes of something else. It's for you. It's for you to get in that beautiful state of mind so that you can be a powerhouse throughout the rest of the day. All right, the fourth thing is eliminate a food or a drink that you know that you shouldn't be taking, right? So it's not a whole food group. So a lot of people say, I'm going to eliminate sugar. I feel like that's a little bit difficult right off the bat, right? So maybe take a sugary thing that you eat often. You know, we have Plexus, so we don't eat a lot of sugar, right? But for me, I'm getting rid of Diet Coke. You know, maybe it's alcohol for you. Maybe it's French fries. Maybe it's, you know, bread, something like that. The idea is to create a habit, right? So if you can do that for 30 days, ideally what you're showing yourself is, I can do this, right? And you'll realize how much you don't need that in your life. And then the fifth, and I would say, I think one of the most important ones is a gratitude practice. And that's going to be
We lost you again, Nat, really quick. So make sure to unmute yourself. I think you were muted again.
I don't know why it keeps doing that. It keeps muting me. I'm so sorry.
It's got a mind of its own sometimes, right?
I know.
Yeah.
It's never done that before. So lots of glitches. But did you hear me talk about the fifth thing? Fifth thing,
Yes.
gratitude practice. So essentially, it's looking past over the last 24 hours and finding the little things that you're grateful for. Not just I'm grateful for my family, I'm grateful for my home, I'm grateful for my church. Like, it's really digging deep, you guys, and finding those little things in your life that you're grateful for. Like right now, I just came, you know, with my family to the Great Wolf Lodge. It's our first time here. We're with other family. Like, that's something for me to be grateful for, that I can be here and be present with my family, right? Maybe it was a great cup of coffee that you had in the morning, or the fact that in Arizona it's finally below 115 degrees, right? Like, maybe it was a good night's sleep, all of those things, because what it's going to train your mind to do is think about those things throughout the day. You want to focus on those things throughout the day, because that's going to put you in the state of mind to really move you forward professionally, personally, all of the things. And this will all be on the sheet that we created for you.
Awesome. So it might seem like those are really small things and things that don't matter, but the small things literally are the big things. And so really quick before we move on, there is an iPhone that's unmuted. So if every single one of you could check and make sure that you're muted, that would be fantastic. So, so the small things are the big things. Drinking more water, that's going to give you more energy, more mental clarity, more focus. It's better for your body. The better condition your body is in, the better you will feel emotionally, the higher your energy level will be, the more effective you'll be at working your business. So drinking the water, exercising, and eliminating one unhealthy thing that you eat. Maybe it's Twizzlers. Maybe it is, I don't know what it is, but you know, it's something. We all have something that we can give up. And so, so I really want you to take those 5 things that Natalie talked about and take them seriously, especially that gratitude practice. You can easily find things in your life that you can complain about, things in your business that you can complain about. things with your body that you can complain about. But if you can find things that you are grateful for energetically, you're going to be operating at such a higher level that you are going to be able to produce incredible results in the business. One of the things that I'm really passionate about, I love those 5 things that Natalie shared, but one of the things that I'm really passionate about is taking accountability in your business, taking accountability in your health, taking accountability in your life. And so, Annette, if you have the ability to share your screen right now, I would love for you to share this little packet that we put together that you can print off. It's all in one PDF. This is her first time sharing a screen. I just talked her through it. Great. Now, Annette, if you can go ahead and click on that document, just on the document to make it bigger and kind of center it. Can I get a thumbs up, Natalie, if you're able to see that? Or a thumbs up? Awesome. So she's going to try and center that on the screen. There we go. And I think maybe if you click on that document, you might be able to make it the full screen, but maybe not. So this is the first page of your last 90 days. And as Annette scrolls down, you're going to see the sheet that Natalie was referring to. This is planning your day, and Annette's going to go real slow. You can print up as many of these as you want. If you want to print one up for every single day, that really is the idea. So back up at the top of that planning your day sheet, she's got the 5 things that you are grateful for. She's got you listing 10 dreams that you have made happen. The 10 dreams are basically like, what are 10 things that you made happen today, right? And then what your top priorities are for the day. And if you need to list out hour by hour what you're going to plan out in your day. Nat, I don't know about you, but I kind of like to plan my day the night before. So if for me using this sheet, like the night before, I'd be filling out the planning the day thing, but you can do this in that hour earlier that you wake up in the morning. And then underneath those 10 dreams that you made happen is your 5 to thrive. And you can check those off as you do them each and every single day. Okay, now we're going to scroll down beneath the business tracker. And we're actually going to scroll to pages that might look familiar to you that were created by Plexus. And these are your daily IPA activities. Annette, that's the sheet that's colorful, so just keep scrolling. And one more page. This is, keep scrolling. These are your daily income producing activities. Now, what I want you to understand is that this business is so incredibly simple, it's silly. And what we do is we make it really, really complicated. And in our training that we had from Genevieve over the weekend at corporate, she talked about a program that they were piloting with people in Canada where they gave them the challenge of simply doing 3 asks a day, just 3 asks. That means getting into a conversation and saying, I have no idea if this would be of interest to you, but I thought of you today, and I was wondering if you would be open to learning about what I do and why I do it. Or I'm wondering if you would be open to watching a short video about my business, or watching a short video about the products that have changed my life, or, you know, complimenting them genuinely and saying, you know, honestly, I have no idea if this would interest you at all, but I love your energy. I love your enthusiasm for life. I can tell you have so many dreams and so much heart, and I can't help but feel that you would be amazing at what I do. Would you have a few moments to chat on the phone? Or reach out about their health. Honestly, Nat, I have no idea if you would be interested in this at all as a solution to some of the things I see you struggling with, but I wonder if you would be open to a conversation about what we have that could help you. So those are the asks. And the problem for a lot of us is we keep going back to the same 10 people over and over and over and over. And we are a pro at following up with those same safe 10 people, but we're not expanding our net. And so our challenge to you these last 90 days of 2019 is to commit to 3 fresh asks every single day, at least 5 days a week. So I'm not saying 7 days. I mean, if you want to do 6 days, that would be even better. But don't be short-sighted. Don't be the person that's looking for a quick fix. Don't be hung up on instantaneous results, because the people that show up consistently day in and day out and day in and day out, and they're doing their 3 asks. Maybe you're motivated, you want to do 5. Maybe you're like, I'm going all out diamond pace. I'm doing 10 asks a day, whatever it is. But I'm not asking you to do 10. I'm asking you to do 3. And you can print as many of these daily income producing activity sheets as possible, but I would encourage you to print at least 12 weeks, right? Because we're doing our last 90 days. And Monday through Friday, you can fill in those cute little bubbles, because we all like to fill in bubbles, right? We like to see that we're making progress. And honestly, if someone is struggling in my business and they're not doing any activity and they have no bubbles to show, there's really not that much to talk about. Because if you're not asking, you're not engaging in person, on the phone, in a text message, on Messenger, at your daughter's gymnastics practice, like wherever you are, if you're not engaging and asking, you're not actually engaging in business building activities. And so our challenge, and what we want you to do, is I'm going to be putting up a little challenge post in our team page, and using the hashtag 3asks. Your challenge is to do 3 asks every single day, and we'll be giving away some little prizes on a weekly basis for people that are completing their 3 asks. Okay, so it's not rocket science, but this sheet is already there for you. In fact, they sent it out in an email October 1st. If you search your Plexus emails for October 1st, there's a Healthy Business Habits workbook link in there. You can print out the whole workbook if you want, but I just pulled this one sheet from here because if I could get you to focus on one thing this month, it would be recruit, recruit, recruit. Talk to people, talk to people. We have incredible bonuses, incredible opportunities for people to earn life-changing income. And if you're not asking 3 people a day, don't be surprised why your business isn't thriving and growing. Okay, Annette, can you scroll up to the page right above this? The page right above this is the leads you didn't know you had page. Again, this is in that email that came out on October 1st. A lot of us just glaze over these emails, but they had some beautiful resources in there for us. The thing that I love about this leads page is it jogs your memory for different categories of people. Okay, and there's an even longer version of this in the email. If you want to print out the super long version, do it, right? But at least you could start here and you could fill out this first page of leads. And then you could start the process of sending a message, making a phone call, talking to someone in person. The next step, share something, share a video, share a story, share your story, share some information on a product. And then the next step, my favorite next step, if they are seeming amenable to what I'm sharing, is going for the ask. That invite section to me is always inviting them to join Plexus with a $199 welcome pack. To me, there is no other welcome pack that exists but a $199 welcome pack. I want to start them off for success. I want them to get the very best, and I'm going to go for the home run right off the bat and invite them to join. If that doesn't work and they're still hesitant, I'm going to invite them to join one of our challenges or to join in on a call. We have 2 3-day challenges this month. We have a Zoom opportunity call. You can host a sip and share. So many different things that you can invite them to. So if they say no to your initial ask, it's not over. You get to ask them yet again and invite them to attend one of those events. Okay? So can we all commit to the simple 3 asks every single day? If you don't want to use this tracking system, that's fine. But here's what I have to say about that. Are you effective right now at what you're doing? Is your system working right now that you're using? If it's not, then I just want to encourage you to adopt this system. Because if you don't have a system, whether it's the Dough app or it's a notebook or some other IPA tracker you've created, use this, because they've already done the hard work and created it for us. I want to encourage you to go back and look for that email from October 1st entitled Re-Rank to Earn Bank. It has all the full links to these, but what we've done in this packet is we've just added some additional information, okay? So we're going to scroll now, Annette, to the business tracker. The first page of the business tracker, this is something that I created because at the end of last month, I noticed that some people were like, wah, wah, wah. You know, things didn't go exactly how I thought they would go. And all this like shock and awe and surprise that they didn't rank up or they didn't have the same points that they thought they would have. And I thought, you know what? There is a system and there is something that I do every single month so that when I get to the end of the month, I'm actually not surprised at all. because I've been tracking my business all month long. I've been paying attention to what's been going on in my business, and I set goals from the very beginning of the month. I want to know what happened last month. I want to plan out what's going to happen this month. And so on this business tracker, on the left-hand side, I am encouraging you to log into your virtual office each and every single day. If you are serious about building residual income and having an income that changes your life and other people's lives, you have got to know where your points are every single day. Pick a time. Maybe it's 9 p.m. every day. You log in, you write down your points. Month after month, you fill out this sheet. You'll know on the 4th of September, you were at 500 points. On the 4th of October, you're at 504 points. Great, we're on track. We're seeing a little bit of growth. If your points drop, you can take a look at why did they drop? Did I have people turn subscriptions off? Did I have some returns process? What's going on? So you're tracking your points. And what I want you to understand at the very top of this form is I wrote systematic point growth equals happy ambassadors. Because some of you are stuck in this mindset of, oh, I don't want it to be complicated. I don't want to have to look at the numbers. I just want to love people. I just want to focus on people. It's all about the products and health for me. What do you think it's about for me, guys? If people are not ordering their products, if they are not at 100 PV, they are not getting the products they need. There is a gap in our care for them. And when we reach out to those people that have quit, have turned their subs off, are less than 100 PV, we are actually caring more about them and less about what we think they might think of us or reaching out to them. So to me, point growth means I have more happy ambassadors. I have more people on their products doing better, having life-changing results. So if that is something you struggle with, it is time to take that off and put it down and put on a new thought. Become intentional in your business. In the middle column, you'll see I put last month's points, last month's new ads, then the percentage of 199 welcome packs. Under that, new 120-day WL. That means I'm going to go into my virtual office. I'm going to click on points and rank. I'm going to sort it by the join date from most recent to oldest. And I'm going to look at all the people that have joined my organization in the last 120 days. How many of those have set their subscriptions off? Those are my white lines. I want to know how many people have done that. Those are my low-hanging fruit. I'm going to list out their names, and those are the people that we are going to be getting in contact with because those are the people that have quit too soon. If you don't know who's quit in the last 120 days on your team, that's something you need to know. You need to be working with those sponsors. How can we help Tara? How can we help Amy? How can we help Jessica? Maybe they need education, encouragement, support, okay? So you're going to list out those names. You're going to make sure they're all reached out to. The next column is team new ambassador goal for the month. How many new ambassadors are we going for on our team? How many personal ambassadors have I set for my goal? And what is my 199 welcome pack percentage rate goal? My goal is always at least 80% on our team, and I educate heavily on that. Then I'm going to make a personal silver goal. How many silvers am I going to develop? And I'm going to look through my virtual office and list those names out so that when I'm like, I don't know what to do in my business, I can open up my business tracker and be like, oh yeah, I'm working with Lisa, Jessica, Amy, and Sandra on helping them go silver. I can reach out to them today. Underneath that, I'm going to make a team silver goal. I'm going to talk to my leaders about this. How many silvers are you planning to develop? I'm going to hold them accountable. I'm going to write down names. We're going to work on this as a team. Is this all making sense? These are intentional activities. You set this up at the beginning of the month. You have a roadmap. You know where you're going. On the next page, you're going to see the next section, which is basically keeping track of who has less than 100 PV. How many 1 through 49, how many 50 through 69, and how many 70 through 99 in their PV. You're going to find this by going to your points and rank and date sorting back to the previous month. I'm going to look into September and see how many I had. Then I'm going to set a goal. Guys, I actually set a goal for this. How many people less than 100 PV am I going to get up to 100 PV? You can list their names on those lines if you want to, or as they get up to 100 PV, list their names. Maybe your goal is I'm going to get 20 people up from less than 100 PV to 100 PV. Okay? Be intentional. You are serving people well when you find out the gaps in their supplement plan, when you find out what their goals are, and you suggest an appropriate product that's going to help augment their results. You are not doing them any favors when you let them sit eternally at less than 100 PV. They're paying shipping every single month for that BioCleanse and ProBio 5. Right? And they're still struggling with some kind of health issue that you could recommend a different product, or you could have them bundle their orders and make a commission every other month instead of paying every single month for their slim shipping. In the middle column, this is where you have discussions with your builders, right? Your runners' commitments. You're going to write their name. PG stands for what is their personal goal? How many enrollments do they want to do? How many silvers? Their TG is what is their team goal? How many points do they want to have on their team? Who do they want to help rank up? How many silvers do they want to have? As a leader, if you don't know what your team members want, you're not leading them. You're not there to support them. So you need to find out what are your goals personally and as a team. And then in the last column are just some suggestions. So in that last column, I want you guys to understand that every single week, you should know who's turning off on your team. Your leaders should know. You should be training everybody, like, look and see who turned their subs off. And reach out to those people so that you don't get to the 28th of the month and surprise, you found 15 people that turned their subs on. If you were intentional and checked, like say every Friday, you checked your virtual office and you made sure those people were reached out to. The other thing is white line re-engagement, guys. I feel like if you want to re-engage a white line, the worst time to do it is on the 30th or 31st of the month. You should be building that relationship and re-engaging with them earlier. So that's why I put reach out number 1 and reach out number 2. And also a lot of times you can reach out once earlier in the month and you don't get a response, but you reach out later in the month and they're ready to go. One touch is often not enough. And so I put those there so that you could kind of check them off. Like, yes, I've done my check for white lines this week. Yes, I've done my white line re-engagement. Yes, I've done my first touch on those less than 100 PV people. Yes, I've done my second touch on those less than 100 PV people. I've also made sure that every single person on my team knows about products. That's there because new products, new specials, all of those things, we have a responsibility to just make sure that every single person knows what's going on in Plexus, incentives and products. And then last but not least, of course, daily and weekly recognition. Who's adding people on your team? Who's developing silvers? Who's a new join and starting? Doing that recognition in whatever way you do, in your threads, on your team page, anyway, but making sure you're encouraging and recognizing people. And then, of course, there are some other things that might be specific to your business that you add in there. But guys, these are the kind of things that I do in my business to keep track of where things are going so that I don't get to the end of a month and be like, hey, wait a second. I thought I was going to be here. This is what I call early intervention, and this is what I call being intentional in your business. And so we just wanted to, Annette, you can go ahead and stop sharing. We just wanted to give you guys a couple of tools that you could print up that you could start using. Obviously, the daily activities and the leads you didn't know, we only put one sheet of each of those. You're going to need to print more of those. If you want to use this, great. If not, fine. But I believe that there is a systematic way for you to grow your business. The first 2.5 years to 3 years of my business, I grew every single month. I never fell back, but I was doing all this stuff. I knew where people were going. I would fight for people when they wanted to quit because I care about people getting results on their products. I care about people knowing and believing and understanding we have something that changes lives. And if we let them go without a fight, and we don't even know they've gone until the 30th of the month, we're not really serving them well. If we're not doing 3 asks a day, we're not actually growing a business. So your challenge in these last 90 days is to be a boss babe, right? To know what's happening in your business, to take charge. This doesn't take a lot of time. You might look at that and think, oh my gosh, it takes so much time. You know what takes a lot of time? When you wait until the end of the month and you got to spend 2 or 3 days all day long sitting your butt in a chair. When you spend 20 to 30 minutes every single day being on top of your business. 3 asks takes what, 10, 15 minutes? It doesn't take that much time. Okay, so you can access these pages. I'll be loading it onto Healthy Business Habits and Ohana Plexus. I'll also share it with all of my jewels, and then they can take it and put it on their pages if they would like to. Guys, I am dead serious when I say this business is simple. Believe in the process. 3 asks every single day. Take care of yourself. Do those 5 to thrive things. Express gratitude. Stop looking for all the things that are going wrong and start looking for all the things that are going right, and you will absolutely see more doors open up. I believe with every ounce in me that I am just getting started. But you know why I believe that? Because my mind and my heart are in the right space. And I start my day with those things that Natalie was talking about. They go hand in hand. So we want to challenge you to do these things and to believe in the process, not instant gratification, but the process. I promise you, if you do these things for the next 30 to 45 days, that's when you're really going to start to see all that growth and momentum pick up at the very perfect time. We have such a blessing this month, guys. Let's go out there and crush it. Thank you so much for being on. Annette, thanks for recording. You can hit stop record and it'll automatically download to your computer.